Session 6, January 24, 1981. We proceed now with the third part of the teach and learning concerning the development of the energy powers of healing. We proceed now with the third part of the teach and learning concerning the development of the energy powers of healing. The third area is the spiritual complex, which embodies the fields of force and consciousness, which are the least distorted of your mind, body, spirit complex. The third area is the spiritual complex, which embodies the fields of force and consciousness, which are the least distorted of your mind, body, spirit complex. The exploration and balancing of the spirit complex is indeed the longest and most subtle part of your learn and teaching. We have considered the mind as a tree. The mind controls the body. With the mind single-pointed, balanced, and aware, the body comfortable in whatever biases and distortions make it appropriately balanced for that instrument, the instrument is then ready to proceed with the greater work. That is the work of wind and fire. That is the work of wind and fire. The spiritual body energy field is a pathway, or channel. When body and mind are receptive and open, then the spirit can become a functioning shuttle or communicator from the entity's individual energy, and will upwards, and from the streamings of the creative fire and wind downwards. The healing ability, like all other paranormal abilities, is affected by the opening of a pathway or shuttle into intelligent infinity. The healing ability, like all other paranormal abilities, is affected by the opening of a pathway or shuttle into intelligent infinity. There are many upon your plane who have a random hole or gateway in their spirit energy field, sometimes created by the ingestion of chemicals such as what this instrument would call LSD, who are able, randomly and without control, to tap into energy sources. They may or may not be entities who wish to serve. The purpose of carefully and consciously opening this channel is to serve in a more dependable way, in a more commonplace or usual way, as seen by the distortion complex of the healer. To others there may appear to be miracles. To the one who has carefully opened the door to intelligent infinity, this is ordinary, this is commonplace, this is as it should be. The life experience becomes somewhat transformed. The great work goes on. At this time we feel these exercises suffice for your beginning. We will, at a future time, when you feel you have accomplished that which is set before you, begin to guide you into a more precise understanding of the functions and uses of this gateway in the experience of healing. I am Ra. I am with the social memory complex of which I am a part, one of those who voyaged outward from another planet within your own solar system. The planetary influence was what you call Venus. We are a race old in your measures. When we were at the sixth dimension, our physical beings were what you would call golden. We were tall and somewhat delicate. Our physical body complex covering, which you call the integument, a tough outer protective layer, had a gold luster. In this form, we decided to come among your peoples. Your peoples at that time were much unlike us in physical appearance. We did not mix well with the population, and were obviously other than they. Thus, our visit was relatively short, for we found ourselves in the hypocritical position of being acclaimed as other than your other selves. This was the time during which we built the structures in which you show interest. Ra journeyed from Venus to Earth 11,000 years ago while they were a sixth density race. Today, Ra is now a part of the Confederation. The third density conditions of earthly humans are not hospitable to the fifth and sixth dimensions of Venus. So, our earthly third density humans would not survive on Venus. The fifth and sixth dimensions of Venus are, quite conducive to growing, learning, and teaching. I am Ra. You will remember the exercise of the wind. The dissolution into nothingness is the dissolution into unity, for there is no nothingness. From the sixth dimension, we are capable of manipulating by thought the intelligent infinity present in each particle of light or distorted light, so that we were able to clothe ourselves in a replica visible in the third density of our mind, body, and spirit complexes in the sixth density. We were allowed this experiment by the council which guards this planet, the Council of Nine guards Earth. The Council of Nine is located in the octave or eighth dimension in the rings of Saturn. About 500,000 years ago there was a population of third-density beings on Maldek that dwelt within our solar system. These entities destroyed their planet and were forced to find room on this third-density Earth through reincarnation, which is the only one in our solar system at their time present which was hospitable and capable of offering the lessons necessary to decrease their mind, body, and spirit distortions with respect to the law of one. They came through the process of harvest and were incarnated here from our higher spheres within this density. They incarnated within the Earth rather than upon it. The Earth's population contains many various groups harvested from other second dimension and cycled third dimension spheres. You are not all one race or background of beginning. The experience we share is unique to this time and space continuum. The law of one states simply that all things are one, that all beings are one. There are certain behaviors and thought forms consonant with the understanding and practice of this law. Those who, finishing a cycle of experience, demonstrate grades of distortion of that understanding of thought and action will be separated by their own choice into the vibratory distortion most comfortable to their mind, body, and spirit complexes. This process is guarded or watched by those nurturing beings who, being very close to the law of one in their distortions, nevertheless move towards active service. Thus the illusion is created of light, or more properly but less understandably, light and love. This is in varying degrees of intensity. The spirit complex of each harvested entity moves along the line of light until the light grows too glaring, at which time the entity stops. This entity may have barely reached third density or may be very, very close to the ending of the third density light and love distortion vibratory complex. Nevertheless, those who fall within this octave of intensifying light and love then experience a major cycle during which there are opportunities for the discovery of the distortions which are inherent in each entity, and therefore the lessening of these distortions. One major cycle is approximately 25,000 of our Earth years. There are 3 cycles during which those who have progressed may be harvested at the end of 3 major cycles. That is approximately 75 and 76,000 years. All are harvested regardless of their progress, for during that time the planet itself has moved through the useful part of that dimension and begins to cease being useful for the lower levels of vibration within that density. This sphere is, at this time in 4th dimension vibration. Its material is quite confused due to the society memory complexes embedded in its consciousness. It really has not made an easy transition to the vibrations which beckon. So therefore it will be fetched with some inconvenience. But the graduation for souls into 4th density experience is quickly approaching, with the potential of it being December of 2030. From my own channeling session done, it was revealed that approximately 65% of beings on Earth are harvestable for 2030 third density graduation as of 2023, with a vibration of at least 51% positive. On my YouTube channel, I'll make yearly updates on this vibration check. This inconvenience or disharmonious vibratory complex has begun several years before 1981, and will continue until about 2011, Ra said. Since about 2011, planet Earth has been a 4th density planet inhabiting 3rd density beings until about 2030. Ra has walked among our people. They remember sorrow, have seen much. They've searched for an instrument of proper parameters of distortion in mind, body, spirit complexes, to accept this information with minimal distortion and maximal desire to serve for some of our years during the transition period around 1981. Don, Carla, and Jim in this channeling group are 5th and 6th density wanderers. Some people have seen disc-shaped craft, which, we call UFOs. Some have said these came from Venus, but Ra said it wasn't them. However, Ra did use crystals and the bell-shaped UFO in the past. They used this bell-shaped craft around 18,000 and 11,000 years ago, Back then, they were of the 6th density from Venus, and now, of course, they're a part of the 6th density confederation. Ra is no longer of Venus currently. There are photographs of bell-shaped craft and reports of contact from Venus that exist from less than 30 years before 1981. Ra has knowledge of oneness with these forays, those sudden invasions from negative entities of our present time and space. However, there are thought forms created among our people on Earth, from Ra walking amongst us. The memory and thought forms created are a part of our social memory complex. This mass consciousness creates the experience once more for those who request such experience. That's what they saw. I am one of the members of the Confederation of Planets in the service of the Infinite Creator. There are approximately 53 civilizations comprising about 500 planetary consciousness complexes in this confederation. This confederation includes those from your own planet who have attained dimensions beyond your third, like the Atlanteans and Lemurians. It also contains planetary entities within your solar system, and planetary entities from other galaxies. Ra often uses the word galaxy where we would say planetary system. It's a true confederation in that its members are not alike, but they're allied in service according to the Law of One. The Law of One is what Ra is here to express. However, they will answer certain questions they say are unimportant, like whether any members of the Confederation of Planets in service of the Infinite Creator came to Earth in spacecrafts within the past 30 years. Ra feels the information may be acceptably offered. The Law of One is what they are here to express. However, they will speak upon questions asked. Each planetary entity which wishes to appear within your third dimension of space and time distortion requests permission to break quarantine and appear to your peoples. The reason and purpose for this appearance is understood and either accepted or rejected. There have been as many as 15 of the Confederation entities in your skies at any one time. The others are available to you through thought. At present, there are 7 which are operating with craft in your density. Their purposes are very simple: to allow those entities of your planet to become aware of infinity, which is often best expressed to the uninformed as the mysterious or unknown. Ra offers their answers unless the question contains the potential for an answer infringing on a being's free will.